Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm not sure if it was 5 looks or 6 looks. It's been such a while since I started this, but the last look that I ended on is something that was quite out of my comfort zone. Grey toned, cool toned, not really something I gravitate towards because it is the second look I did today. I'm not putting lashes on. I'm over lashes right now. So now onto the actual palette itself. This is of course a Jackie palette. I'm sure all of you know who Jackie is. She is an OG on YouTube in the beauty community. She's so funny, her videos are so detailed, she's so relatable, even though she's like massively successful, like mashallah, she's like done so well. But I remember watching her like years ago, like when her numbers were quite small and low, but she still had that same energy and charisma, and I'm so happy that she's had the opportunity to collab with ABH. I love the outside of the palette. This is probably my favourite palette from all the ABH ones I have. I like that it's not going to get dirty, it's easy to wipe clean, and the duochrome effect is so beautiful. So this is £46, just like any other ABH palette that you can get, and you get the same number of shades as you usually would, which is 14, and they're the exact same size as usual. There's no difference at all. You also get the same dual ended brush as you normally do with ABH palettes as well. So for the quality of the shadows, I definitely think £46 is justifiable. Did I pay £46? Obviously not. I waited for a 20% off code, and since it is November now, and since we are going to be having lots of deals and sales coming up, wait for the special offer. So I got it for like £7.20 off, which is such a good deal, like less than £40. These are the shades up close. Sorry, I know my ring light is reflecting really badly. Yeah, I absolutely love that she has totally made this palette about women of colour, and it's definitely a palette that's more suited towards people with deeper skin tone. I slightly struggled with not having a transition shade that's suitable for my skin tone. I'm like a medium skin tone, and the lightest shade in here is ginger, and even that is really not that light. If I show you guys, that packs a lot of pigment. And because like with these like palette videos, I really want to make sure that I'm going to just be sticking to using the eyeshadow palette. I don't use any other eyeshadow palettes, I don't use any other single shadows, I don't use any other like special liners or anything. I just want to see what looks I can create just with the palette alone. So I kind of struggled at first, but then I was like, you know, like there's so many amazing colours in here, and I don't have to always go with my typical slightly warmer than my own skin tone shade to start off a look. So it did really push me out of my comfort zone, which I loved. I have pretty much used every single shadow in this palette. She's given us around 6 mattes. Pink has got a little bit of shimmer in it, but 6 matte shades. Really beautiful, solid ABH formula, very pigmented and fairly easy to blend. And then we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shimmer shades as well. These are all really beautiful, they glide on amazingly, and I was a bit worried this palette would not be like suitable for sort of every day or for like a simple look, but actually you can really create a really beautiful simple look, as you've already seen I've done, especially using the shade Soleil and using the shade Ginger, or even just Soleil all over the lid, and then your own bronzer in the crease looks really beautiful. But this is Soleil. So you can see it's just such a perfect inner corner highlight. It's perfect for all over the lid as well. And then you've got 1 duochrome shade here, or 2 duochrome shades actually, Trust Issues and Sponsored. Trust Issues is a funny one, like it looks really white, and then when you swatch it on, it actually is a yellowy green colour, which is, like she said in her video, like it's a shade that kind of gives you trust issues because you just don't get what you see in the pan. I use Trust Issues today, and I find that that's a really nice topper shade. It just adds some dimension and some extra interesting looks to whatever look you come up with. And then this is a shade Sponsored, and again I've used this as well today. I'm in here, and that's a beautiful purple blue shift. I absolutely love that. And I do have a Makeup Beauty shadow that is similar to Sponsored. It's nice to have it in this palette. I have to say my absolute favourite shade of all time is the shade Zam, which is this one here. It's just a different texture and formula to the other shadows, and it's absolutely stunning. So I'll just show you that on my finger. You can see how beautiful that looks. Messiest swatches ever, but I don't think the swatch does it justice. It's stunning. My lights are washing out way too much, but a really, really stunning, gorgeous, creamy, coppery gold glitter shade. It's amazing, and when it used lightly it just looks like you've added glitter onto your eyeshadow look without actually having to use glitter. And if you used glitter before, you know how messy it can get, but you can literally tap a little bit of this on top of your eyeshadow look, which I did with the shade Wiggly's. So I went on all over with Wiggly's and then I tapped some of this on top, and it looked incredible against my brown eyes. Honestly, I was amazed. Or you can pack it on quite heavily like I've done in the swatch and get a really, really stunning coppery gold shade. The shades that I thought I would find quite difficult to use, or that I didn't really gravitate towards, is like Lituation, which I've used today, but actually when I actually went to use it, I was quite surprised at how well it did go with different shades in this palette. It does go really beautifully with Big Wig over here. It goes really beautifully with Trust Issues. So even though it is definitely a cooler tone shade, these two and then these go really well together. And then the pinks are just so stunning, like honestly really, really beautiful. And again, because I don't have my typical browns to lean against, I've been going with these pinks like the Supreme and Pinker in my crease, and just really going for something different. And I'm no pro at eyeshadows, you can tell, but I just enjoy playing with colour. I think this is an amazing palette, especially if you are someone who's South Asian and you're watching this right now. You're like, would I use it? Yes, you would, because imagine like all the outfits that we wear, all the amazing suits we wear, all the functions that we have, the mendis and the nikahs and everything. There's literally like every single outfit that I can think of, I can imagine using at least one of these shades with it. So even if this is not like your typical perfect base shadows palette, like this isn't, like, let's be honest, this does not have like the nudes for all skin tones and the crease shades for all skin tones, but that's not what Jackie set out to do. She set out to create a palette that's unique, that is wearable. It's definitely still wearable, it's high quality, but it has something different about it. So I would 100% recommend you pick this up. Like I said, wait till a sale's on, get 20% off from all the eyeshadow palettes that have been released recently by ABH and Norvina. This is the only one that has really, really stood out to me and that I think is something that's worth adding to my collection, because it's not just your typical bog standard Urban Decay Naked palette redone. You know, we've had so many of those, and I appreciate the fact that this palette is something that I can add to my existing collection. I've got shades in here that are high quality, that are beautiful to use, and that have just got so much potential within this one palette. So I very highly doubt Jackie's ever going to see this, but Jackie, if you do see this, thank you so much for making this. It's absolutely stunning. You get your coin, girl, and thank you for inspiring all of us, you know, women, whether they're black women, women of colour like myself, or white women. You know, you've inspired so many people, and keep doing you, keep being awesome. I hope you enjoyed this review. I know it's not the most detailed, and there's loads of swatches like so many other reviews there on the internet, but I wanted to combine this video with the looks all in one rather than what I did with the Viseart palette, because for some reason those videos gained very little traction. So I just wanted to put it all in one, and if you were interested in this palette, now you know exactly how I feel about it, and now you know the looks I've come up with it so far. There's so much inspiration on Instagram though, guys. If you just hashtag Jackie X ABH palette, the looks are endless. So that's what I also love about it, is that there's so much more looks I can be creating from this. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit thumbs up, click subscribe before you go, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.